The questions I wanted to cover for uh, debt service. This should be part 3. That's okay. I'll fix it later. This is part 3, third and final part for debt service funds. So let's look at this problem here together. All right, we got a pre closing trial balance. Okay, you see some stuff here. See what we got. We got cash, we got investments. Okay, here's our fund balance, beginning fund balance. Okay, we got. Okay, here's some. Well, look here. These three guys here. Those are what budgetary accounts. Okay, we'll deal with those. Look at this. We got to figure out that one. Question mark, right? We'll do that in a little bit. We got revenue, sales taxes, and investment earnings. We got some other financing sources, transfer in, refunding. So we did some sort of a refunding of bonds. That's another budgetary accounts, 2 more budgetary accounts down here. And bond interest and principal, and they're dealing with that, the refunding of that bond, right? So that may or may not come up. I think it does actually. Anyway, our first task here, essentially, if there were no budget amendments, what would have been the entry to record the budget? Okay, well that's pretty easy. Let's go through our budgetary accounts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sandwich in the middle there, because it could be a debit or credit. I'm going to sandwich in the middle of that budgetary fund balance. Okay, so my 2 debits that are revenue accounts are estimated revenues, estimated other financing sources. Okay, so that's going to be our 2 debits. So we got estimated revenues, estimated other financing sources. That's our 2 budgeted revenues. Okay, so we have to debit those in, right? Because we do a budget, you do the opposite. And now here comes the double stuff of the Oreo here in the middle. Okay, we're gonna put our budgetary fund balance in. Obviously, it's probably gonna be a credit. Typically, you're not allowed to budget for a loss. But if you were to budget for a loss, then it would be a debit, right? So, um, okay, and then we've got our 2 credits. All right, 2 credits here. So we got one is appropriations, the other one was other financing estimated, right? Estimated other financing uses, and then appropriations. Pardon me. All right. So there's all our budgetary accounts. Don't I have these? Yeah, here we go. I got them on a piece of paper here, so I have to keep scrolling up and down. So the debit in the estimated revenues would have been the $7,125,000. The other financing sources. Oh, I got them backwards. Let's try it again. So my estimated revenues is actually $1,607,500. The other financing sources estimated is the $7,125,000. Okay. We'll skip fund balance. Our estimated other financing uses is $7 million. Left a 0 out there. Let's try it again. Okay. And our estimated appropriations was $1,525,000. There we go. Sorry, I got the coughs all of a sudden. If we were to do this math, which I've already done here on my piece of paper, you see right there in black, I even got a chicken scratch. Okay, my math there shows me that budgetary fund balance must be $207,500 to make this thing balanced. Now I'm not done yet because it's got more portion of the question, but you see here that this entry is correct. Oh, this is complete and correct. Oh, that's not right. Let's finish the question at least, as it's asked. It says down here, let's return to the question. All right, down here at the bottom, it says, what's the budgetary fund balance? And that's going to be that, well, I just figured out that 207,500, right? That's our budgetary fund balance. And then down here, did the debt service fund pay debt obligations related to lease agreements? Now, this is kind of hard to say. You know, if you go back to the number one, we did some lease stuff that all it said was, well, it says bond, doesn't it? There you go. This says bond interest as opposed to saying interest and principal. Because it says it's bond interest and principal, then you know, well, there must not be any leases. It's only dealing with bonds. Okay, so I can feel pretty comfortable saying that no. Now, if it just said lease, I'm sorry, not lease, if it just said interest and principal and not the word bond, then I would have to question, well, maybe, because that interest could be some lease interest. And I don't have any, I'd have to look at the subsidiary ledgers of the expenditures to know, okay? And then down here, did the debt service perform a debt refunding? Well, obviously, you see here you get the escrow agent and you've got refunding bonds. So yes, there was definitely some sort of a refunding going on in this problem. We'll check our work again, even though it was right the first time. So clearly, the software only recognizes this is the answer, even though there's more down here to do. Let's go on to number 3. Beautiful. My mic's still working. I like it. All right. Now we're going to do a statement of revenues, expenditures, and change in fund balance. Okay, so let's start with revenues. We got two. We got sales tax, investment earnings. So let's get those in there real quick. Okay, we got sales tax. And we got investment earnings. Love it. Beautiful. How nice is that? All right, so what we got? I can look up top here. Let's look up here. Sales tax. That's the 1, 6. Wait a minute. What's the actual? 1, 5, right? You're trying to mess me up. Okay. And then we got investment earnings of 11.5. Okay, so there's that. There's our total revenues. Expenditures, we got interest, we got bond interest and bond principal. Bond interest, bond principal, beautiful. All right. Bond interest, 525. And then bond principal, $1 million. Oh, let's just zero out again. Good job. Okay. That should be all that. Remember, appropriations and these guys, they're all budgetary accounts. They don't go on this. Okay. Where we at? Other financial sources. Now I don't want to look at the estimated ones, only the real ones, right? So we got a source of a transfer in. I don't know why that's in there. Okay. Interfund transfer in. There's that one. We've also got proceeds of refunding bonds. Okay, proceeds of refunding bonds. And there's one more. Payment to the escrow agent. Okay, so the transfer in is a positive. The only negative one here is going to be the payment, right, to the escrow agent, which is a $7 million. So this needs to be in parentheses. I'll type in negative. Okay, the 145 and the 7 are both positives. So 145 and then the 7 are both positive numbers. Oh, let's just zero out again. Come on, man. There we go. So it looks like our increase in fund balance is 213,500. We Yeah, I don't think I'm hitting that mic. I think it's just turning off. This is not nice. I need to check my settings. I might go to a different program too. I don't know. Mm, mm. When did it cut out? I was doing so good. It was so good. But this is what's this one here? This is the tax revenue, right? This is the sales tax. Mm. I am just so disappointed right now that this mic's cut down to me. Must be some sort of maybe it's some sort of a software conflict or something. All right, so that's done. I'm gonna go review this video real quick. Hopefully, I can leave it as it is. If I have to, I'll come back to number 3 again. It was really an easy problem. You could probably just follow along without me having to redo the audio for it. Again, I do um, apologize for some of the issues I'm having with the microphone. Um, I want to see if I can isolate what's going on there. I'm not sure. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the first part here, chapter 6. We're going to do chapter, 7 next week. We will. We'll try to get. I'll send you guys an email out this week to see what you thought. Is it working? Do we need to do something different? What obviously, when I do that, please respond with what you would like to do. Maybe what somebody else is doing that's working better than this. I'm always open for good constructive criticism to make it better. Um, I did feel better going into video 3 there, but then all of a sudden my mic cut out there again at the end, and I don't see. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna review the video and see if I see what happened when it cut out. Maybe I'm doing something up here with my head or whatever. It's causing it to bump off, but I don't think I did. But we'll see. I've got other headsets. I got one with a cord. I've got a big stand-up mic here. I might try that going forward, but the only problem is, it's silly, but I have limited um, USB ports, so that's probably a problem. I can find something to plug out though, so I can turn one of these things off. Something's plugged in that I don't need evidently. So anyway, we will see you guys soon for some more wonderful governmental accounting. Peace. Talk to y'all soon.